All right, so now let's talk about what a quick win is when we are doing, and this can be in any format. All of these can be in any format. They could be written out on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. They could be video on, frankly, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. It's not about that. It's about the type of post, not the format you are making it in. So these can work in all different platforms, which I think is part of the magic of them. But so this one is quick wins. This one you have to have in your content somewhere. You cannot be making content without having a quick win, because what this is a post where you are going to give us exactly what we need to do to have one tiny small win from you today, something we can immediately implement, do, make, have success, and see results from. It should be tiny, manageable, not overwhelming. So for social media, for example, I'll give a small, like, if you make this one switch with your video recording, it will save you hours a week in recording. So it's a small switch, and they can immediately see that it was easier for them to do. The reason these are so powerful is because it's the kind of content. It's two things. One is that it's the kind of content that people go, "Ooh, I got to save this for later," because they're scrolling, they're in a meeting on their phone, they're just kind of checking it out on their lunch break. They want to do what you just said later, but they want to remember they did it. So they often save it. They will send it to people and go, "Hey, we should try this," or they will comment and go, "That was great. I tried it. It really worked." So it's a high engagement, which means that more people see it. It builds your visibility that way. But the other thing it does is it builds trust. It shows that when you tell somebody to do something, it works. It's showing that you truly do have the knowledge. You really can take people to that next step. And this can be for any industry. It's pretty easy to do it, to be honest, for social media. Business coaching, it gets a little bit tougher. And then we get into kind of hands-on service providing type things like plumbers. Yeah, this would work for a plumber. It gets a little bit more difficult to come up with the idea, but once you have it, you'll see it works once you get into the rhythm of it. An example for a plumber that would be great would be if you said something like, trying to find, overwhelmed, trying to figure out you've got to replumb your house. You're trying to figure out how to pick a plumber out of the thousands in the phone book. This is what I want you to do. When you make a call, I want you to ask them these two key questions. And that is going to tell you right away if it's the plumber for you or not, for your project or not. So it's a quick win. It's something we're going to save. We're going to want to come back to. And it is something that, again, builds your visibility and builds trust with you. Because now if somebody is in your area that you service and you've done this thing where you say, "Look, this is how you see if the plumber is right for you or not," they already have trust that you understand that they need that information. So if they are in your service area, you are now going to be the plumber that they go to. Again, this works for all areas, but it gives you that visibility, and it gives you expert level positioning without having to fake it or make it. And it allows you to really build that trust pretty quickly with your audience. This is one of those things that when I give it to people, they often overcomplicate it. When you do a quick win, I want you to really, really lower what the action is you're having people take, because we do this all the time. Like, so for me, for social media, a quick win for me is going to be 3 months of content in a week, right? Creating 3 months of content in a couple of hours. That's going to be like, "Ooh, that's a great system. That's a great trick." For most people, that's way above where they are currently. So what I would say is, here's one thing about making your content. Here's exactly one win. And I'm going to give it to you in under, ideally 3 steps, under 5 for sure. This would work really great for the carousel post where, you're swiping on it for a LinkedIn or Instagram. Great with a video, any format, legitimately. The goal is to have a quick, small, interesting win that people want to save and come back to, and that builds trust with your audience.